Poets and metal fanatics, we have some death metal, black metal, and grindcore song title mashups. Here's Death. Born dead and baptized in blood, I was a lowlife who would scream bloody gore. But I met the philosopher and went from lack of comprehension and overcame my jealousy to vision a moment of clarity. His voice of the soul wasn't a spirit crusher, but a scavenger of human sorrow. He said on my perennial quest, Evil Dead had zero tolerance and I came to have empty words. Altering the future, I went from a living monstrosity through spiritual healing to behold the flesh and the power it holds. I bring Maiden. At 2 a.m., I came in like the Phantom of the Opera with aces high. That night I faced the Power Slave and its duelist and felt a total eclipse as I was running free. Somewhere in time I thought, can I play with madness? But didn't waste time thinking of wasted years and fear of the dark. Deciding to run to the hills of my El Dorado, I'm a rap child on a new frontier in a brave new world. Como estas, amigos? Ghoul! Tomb after tomb, my inner sanctum had me in the gut bucket blues drinking rot gut. Doing my graveyard mosh, I noticed suspicious chunks of skull beneath the skin from Baron Semity. I smelled death in the swamp and thought it must be into the catacombs when I saw the mark of voodoo. Knowing of the cult of the hunter, it must be his maniacs going for mechanized death with the mutant mutilator. A numbskull ran into me and said a ghoul hunter was running around to bury the hatchet while screaming, "Off with their heads!" Right then, a man that looked roadkill screamed, "Rise, Killbot, rise!" And the life of the living dead rose to assure me it was... the end? Autopsy! I'm a fiend for blood, so I performed a headless ritual with the macabre eternal at all tomorrow's funerals. I have severed survival because I'm in a mental funeral, but it was shit fun doing it. Haemorrhage! I'm a pathologist. My job is being the midnight mortician at Morgue Sweet Home. Being the obnoxious surgeon of the dead I am, I was assigned a furtive dissection involving a rectovaginal fistula. Upon starting, I had disgorging innards when I saw worm-infested cavities. I realized during this exquisite eschatology that this was surgery for the dead, which can go far beyond the forensic pathology. Anatomized and arranged for loathsome, it was my own Traumageddon that inspired me to set the morgue on fire as an apology for pathology. The mighty Black Sabbath. On the Black Sabbath, Lord of this world ate rat salad in solitude while smoking sweet leaf. His spell was cast Sabracadabra, and it sent Iron Man to Planet Caravan to be a spiral architect. Lady Evil joined the Sabbath Bloody Sabbath to go through the time machine and send Johnny Blade letters from Earth. After forever, they were born again behind the wall of sleep from a hole in the sky. He told her, it's alright, and there would be changes on their glory ride. Some say it was voodoo, but when the mob rules and you're dying for love, and while shaking off the chains, the Sabbath will say, feels good to me. Bolt thrower. At first light, I had a final revelation and witnessed the rebirth of humanity. 'Twas a profane creation through the eye of terror, and I drowned in torment. This psychological warfare gave a hallowed truce for the graven image of the forever fallen. Entrenched behind the granite wall, I was laid to waste in the lost soul's domain. Cannibal Corpse, oh my god, I'm gonna see them in a week! Oh my god, I'm so excited! The sentence to burn followed a hatchet to the head, but in an experiment in homicide, he was thrown headlong into carnage and split wide open. During this living dissection, he was devoured by vermin, mangled and buried in the backyard, and given 5 nails to the neck. With this necro-sadistic warning, barbaric bludgeonings are guaranteed for those who follow the murderer's pact. Offenders who leave evidence in the furnace will receive a hammer-smashed face. 6 feet under. The remains of you feasting on the blood of the insane will show you the edge of the hatchet. You will be killed in your sleep and shattered in your vacant grave. You escape from the grave to be the zombie executioner, ghost of the undead. A murder addiction grows and none will escape the mass murder rampage. But burning for blood in your vampire apocalypse caused you to get murdered in the basement. Your mom's basement! Obituary! In the end of life and the end complete, slow death is guaranteed before the executioner returns. It's set in stone that slowly we rot and no memories remain. Don't care about getting intoxicated before you stand alone. It creates immortal visions upon the gates to hell. Look at the threatening skies by the light, and if you face your God in a lasting presence in your solid state, you'll be back on top. Sepultura! Through mass hypnosis will arrive a primitive future in a slave new world. To escape the void, the troops of doom street heat with a clenched fist in the hunt. They shall manifest under siege to cutthroat beneath the remains. Now I'm hungry. Metal fanatics and poets, create your own.